What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to KvltDeFi. This is the channel where we bring you the latest and greatest in innovations in tech in decentralized finance, more specifically on PulseChain, and even more specifically in the DevJacob ecosystem on PulseChain. This is our weekly Tuesday update stream where I do a stream. Basically, I talk about all the different projects in Jacob's ecosystem, and we talk about the updates and where everything is happening and what's going on. I do want to make a bit of an announcement. This weekly update stream is going to change times. Basically, when I first started doing this, I started doing it because, especially at this time, I started doing it because I know that we have, the majority of our community, if you like, are based in the US. So I wanted to make it kind of friendly for them. But I am still aware that even in the US, it's still kind of early. It's like early evening. It's like 5, 6, 7 o'clock sort of thing. And a lot of you guys are, getting home from work and all that sort of stuff. And I can't do it any later because for me, I start at midnight. Right? It makes no sense for me to start doing something at like 3 o'clock in the morning when you guys are actually starting to get into your evening. So I'm going to change this, and I'm going to make this a little bit more European friendly, right? Because I know that the vast majority of you guys watch this on the replay anyway, so it doesn't really matter to you, okay? But I need to try and make it a bit easier for me, purely because when I do this at midnight, it kind of takes up the whole day, if you know what I mean. Because obviously I need to ensure that I'm ready and able to do this at this sort of time, right? So I'm going to be changing it. Anyone out there from the European side, basically, I'm open to ideas about what sort of time. I thought to maybe just do it around lunchtime. Lunchtime our time. I think that's kind of good for everyone because from around lunchtime onwards, it's really when the US market's sort of waking up. So I know what I'm like in the morning. I watch a lot of streams in the morning just so I can catch up with everything. So they'll just have to do the same thing, I suppose. So that's going to be changing, right? It's still going to be on Tuesdays. But if I do any things like live streams with other people, that sort of thing, then we'll probably stick to the American schedule because that's really, again, like I say, when the majority of you guys are around. So that's that, right? That's that. I had a Telegram voice chat set up yesterday because I wanted to give everyone an update on what was happening with Signum Oracle. Because it's kind of important. It's actually really, really important for all the stuff that we need. And there's been some developments that I really wanted to share with you guys. So I set that up yesterday. We had a few people there. Apparently there was a bit of some issues with the tech, right? Because some people could hear me, some people couldn't hear me. And then I literally logged out and logged in again, and everyone could end up hearing me. But for some reason, like half of you guys could hear me and half of you guys couldn't, because I ended up having a conversation with GIF predominantly, and some of the other guys were only hearing what GIF was saying. You weren't hearing what I was saying. It was actually really weird. But hey, that's Telegram. What can I say? Let's jump into the chat here quickly. We have got we got Don Lucky. How's it going there? How are you? What's going on? And we've got Neil. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so I'll give you guys a quick recap, basically, on Signum, because it's actually really big news, right? It's really big news for us. So the Signum contracts have been in audit for the last couple of weeks. They were supposed to come back last Friday, but they didn't come back. Well, they haven't come back yet. Stu has spoke to the team over there, and they said, yeah, no, no major red flags or that sort of thing, but they're just not back yet. But when he gets them back, then Signum are going to launch their pre-sale, and then they're actually going to launch on mainnet, right? So that's the main Oracle is going to be up and running, which is good. Remember, I told you, if you want to test it out and become a reporter, remember, if you set up as a reporter over on Signum, the majority of the reporting, as long as you're reporting correctly for them, then they will reward you in their Signum tokens, right? So basically, I think it was Fast Abdul said a while ago that he believes that people that become reporters for Signum effectively can probably make more money than you can being a validator for Pulse Chain. So that's kind of interesting stuff, right? So head over to testnet.signum.run. Right now, you can just stick in your wallet address. They'll airdrop you some free test tokens, right? So these test tokens are not valuable. They're not worth anything. They're literally just for testing. So don't let anyone try and convince you to go to a DEX and buy any or anything like, because they're kind of worthless. But you can literally set up as a reporter over there and test it out. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, you physically don't really have to do anything once it's set up, right? It's all just script and code running. So it's kind of, you could probably turn it into like a passive income thing. It'll literally just pay you as you report correctly. Right? So that's that. The RNG section of the Oracle is like a phase 2, and I spoke to Stu last week. Literally had a phone call with him last week, and I was asking him about it, and he said that they would try and get it done, set up as quick as possible, right? Because they have a lot of different projects are waiting for this. I mean, we know a lot of different projects, and pretty much all of our projects are waiting for this RNG. But he couldn't give any definite timelines, right? Well, that's kind of understandable, right? Software is hard, we know that, so we have to just bear with him on that one. But even though saying that, it's a fork of Teller, and the Teller Oracle RNG part runs on the Bitcoin block cache, which can take up to around 15 minutes per block. I'm guessing at the top of the bull market, GIF was saying last night, at the top of the bull market, that could take even longer, right? So that could be even longer. Imagine, for example, playing jackpot or the roulette. Actually, when we bring roulette over to PulsePot, imagine playing the roulette, and at the end of a spin, you have to wait, or as soon as the wheel starts turning, you have to wait like 15 minutes to an hour just to get the result and get paid out. That's kind of a nightmare, right? And so we couldn't really do anything with that. But I am aware that Stu's going to be working on it. But saying that, GIF said yesterday that he's aware that there is another team that are working on building a decentralized Oracle RNG part. And speaking to Jacob, he told me also that there is some. So I think it's a case of whoever comes first. Well, whenever we need it, right? Because we do have our own Oracle. Don't forget, we have our own Oracle. That's what PulsePot is running on right now, right? And our Oracle, even if we were to use our Oracle or RNG for Mafia, the RNG itself is probably good for about 9 out of 10 things that we would need it to do on Mafia. Even when you open a crate on the marketplace, when you open a crate over there, that's our RNG, right? And it works absolutely fine. But when it comes to more complex things like the kill simulator, this is when I was talking to Jacob. He specifically talked about this. He said when it comes to things like the kill, the killing contract, we need a more robust RNG, because we need to make sure it's something that nobody can try and manipulate, and that's really important. And also for things that if we were to put the roulette or the slots on Mafia, you need to make sure again that no one can manipulate, right? Because imagine if someone put down, $10,000 on a number 1 on the roulette table. That's basically like a 36 to 1, right? So if someone was able to manipulate that, that $10,000 turns into $360,000. So if someone can manipulate that, that's a massive, massive, massive bummer downer for us. So we need to make sure that that's okay. But even saying that, Jacob also said that by the time Mafia comes out, the full game, by the time the killing contract needs the RNG, there probably realistically will be an RNG in place anyway. Right. So I don't think we need to worry too much about it, but I just wanted the community to be aware that if there are any delays with the RNGs, that could, inadvertently have a delay with us, right, on our end, and that would be a bit of a bummer. So that's kind of it for the RNG part, right? That was kind of what I was talking about. Then yesterday, the guy started speculating on map, right? Because we know the map for Mafia was supposed to go live on the 15th. Well, not supposed to, but that was it was penciled in for Jacob and the team. It would be great if we can go live by that date. That didn't happen because Jacob wants all the graphics, because it's basically everything is done for the map right now. All the backend stuff is really just the graphics now that need to be done. And Jacob wants these graphics to be absolutely tip top and perfect, and something that's is going to meet everyone's expectation. Right, we've been waiting for this for a while now, and he wants it to be absolutely bulletproof. So it's going to take a little bit longer. We don't know how long exactly it's going to take, but I would guess that it would just be a couple of weeks type thing, 2 or 3 weeks type thing. So would we be on track? What's today's the 20th? The start of the 20th for me. Will it be by the end of this month? Probably. First week of December, probably. So we'll have to wait and see. But then again, look, as soon as I know, you guys will know. I'll let you know. So but all you need to know is map is coming, and when map comes, land tiles are going to be fought over like absolute gold dust. Right, we know this. I was again last night on the Telegram chat. When I was talking to GIF and Moondog about this. We were kind of speculating on the cost of land tiles, how much are they actually going to be worth in comparison to the business items that we currently already have. Right. I mean, lucky if you're still there, you might be able to pitch in on this of it. But my opinion, I think that having a very important land tile, for example, if you opened a land crate and you got a hotel in a great area and that started paying you out, this city inflation straight away, so you're pretty much earning this in-game cash straight away. That to me is still more valuable than a hospital in the game in Mafia, right? Or not so much a bullet factory, because I think bullet factory long term is going to be worth more money because people literally need the bullets like crazy. But I think that the land crates, the super rare land crates, I think are going to be far more valuable pretty much than any business item that we have. That's just my opinion. I think, and we've seen some of the business items that have been put on sale or OTC deals, or deals that are done on Telegram. We've seen some of these things are going for like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. I think that the land tiles, I think the really good ones, I think we're looking at we're looking at in the 10,000s, 15,000, maybe even 20,000s and up, depending on how this is going to be done. I know there was a bit of an issue. Some of the families were they really looked at this and they were thinking, oh my God, in order to ensure that we get the land tiles in our areas, we're going to have to invest quite heavily into this, right? That's one way of looking at it, I guess. If you really want to ensure that you get exactly what you're after, you could purchase a bunch of keys and you could just open these land crates all day long, hoping to get the ones that you want. There's still, obviously, it's an RNG, it's random, so there's still no guarantee you're going to get that, but your chances probably would be better by having so many keys. Saying that, by the time map goes live and the land tiles go live and people start buying all these land tiles and going crazy in this mad land rush, from that time to when the game fully goes live and people literally can kill you to take those land tiles, I think there'll be a lot of negotiation going on. The same way we've seen the tables turn a few times in Mafia already. A lot of the families have already done deals on the business items, on the bullet factories, on the car crushers in their territories. I really think we'll see the same thing happen with the land tiles. I think there'll be a lot of negotiation. There'll be a lot of OTC deals. There'll be a lot of threats. There might, there will be a lot of threats. Give this to me, or else on day one, you're all that sort of stuff. I think we're going to see a lot of that. But let's just say pie in the sky number right now. Do not hold me to this. Pie in the sky number. Let's say that after the land tiles start getting bought like crazy, as soon as that happens, let's say that the full Mafia game goes live. Let's say 2 months after, right? Pie in the sky number. 2 months after. During that 2 months is what I'm trying to say. That's when we'll see a lot of the families start to work everything out, right? They'll do their deals. They'll do no negotiations. New families will pop up and literally might say, okay, I need those for my territory. Let's just do some of these deals. I'm pretty sure some people will say, give it to me or else. All that sort of stuff. We're going to see a lot of backstabbing, skullduggery, and we're going to see a lot of people working together for the greater good, right? We're going to see all of that stuff happen. And we will have enough time to do it. That's what I'm trying to say ultimately. We'll have enough time to do it. So I wouldn't really worry too much about it, right? Because technically, if you wanted to go down the route, I'll negotiate my ass off. I'll threaten everyone. Or on day one, literally, I'll just take it all. Technically, you don't have to spend a penny on these keys for the land tiles, right? You can literally just go on, as soon as the game starts, you can just go on a mad burn and just attack everyone that has your tiles and try and take them all. You could. I mean, ultimately, then you haven't spent the money on tiles, but you're running the risk of obviously dying yourself, but you're spending a lot of money on bullets, I would say, unless you have hundreds of thousands of bullets. I just threw a pen away. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of two ways to look at it, right? You can spend all the money and try and ensure that you're going to be guaranteed to get them, so you can get your vault payouts, or you can just take them, which is still kind of some of the story as well with the business items. But I haven't really heard a lot of people talking about taking business items off people anymore. I think it's all kind of balanced out. People have they know what they're doing and they know where they want to play the game or how they want to play their game. So that's kind of the situation about land tiles, really. I think the map update is coming along. I mean, like Jacob has said already, I mean, he actually put his own update in the Telegram a couple of days ago, didn't he? And he basically said that they did all the background testing, the claiming the land tiles, the working with the land tiles, the transferring ownership, the OTC negotiations, all that sort of stuff is all done. Now it's literally just graphics, right? So and he said it's not even the main graphics. Now it's the tidy up stuff. So it's really, rivers and trees and roads and footpaths and all that sort of stuff. That's all the graphics that they're kind of being worked on now. So we're really close. We're really, really close. But when we go live from the week of map launch, there'll be a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to have another commission meeting between all the dons and all the heads of all the families, right? All the heads of all the families. So that's all going to be happening during that 1 week. There's already 2 influencers that I'm going to have, one from PulseChain and one from BNB, that haven't spoke to you guys before concerning Mafia. They're going to be streaming with me that week as well, because that's going to be their full introduction to the game. And so we'll be seeing another couple of families popping up then. There are already, like I told you a couple of weeks ago, there's already 2 families which are going to be joining the game. Actually, one of the guys who's going to be doing the family, he actually launched his own project a couple of weeks ago, and he's kind of working on that right now. But like I say, this is early access. We have the time, right? So I've already spoke to him and said, look, take your time, do your thing, and when you're ready, pop over. So he'll be doing that. So there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of stuff going on. One thing which I've been thinking about, I've been thinking really how valuable all this stuff that I do here is. I streamed the Tyson fight the other night. Actually, I streamed the whole fight night, if you remember. I streamed the whole thing, 5.5 hour stream. Is that valuable to you guys? I mean, obviously, it's good for marketing down the road. You know, it'll always be there, right? You know, it's on YouTube. It'll always be there for people to watch. If they want to look at predict, they can literally go and have a look at that and see how it all works. Is that the most valuable sort of video I can do? Are tutorial videos the most valuable ones I can do? Is it pure streaming, like live streaming with guests and stuff like that? Is that the most valuable, or is it a combination of all of it? You know, surely, in my opinion, it's a combination of all of it. It's not just about streaming with new people and bringing new families on, right? It has to be a bit of everything. We know that there isn't really much happening with PUSD algo at the moment because Mafia is the focus. We know that the casino projects themselves and Predict are not going to be rebranded into on-chain again until Mafia is well up and running. But my opinion is we can't afford to let those projects even get forgotten about, right? And I say forgotten about, they are really not forgotten about, because today, I don't know if you guys saw, but today we had a new buyer come in for BNB pot, and he bought nearly 6,000 BNBP tokens. He spent $2,000. That's a pretty big buy. We haven't had a buy like that in a while, and I would like to think it's because, you know, I keep harping on about it on all of these streams. Maybe it's just someone that literally just wants to buy those tokens to go in and play the roulette and try and take over the roulette table. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's not. I mean, we don't know, right? We have to wait and see. But when it comes to Mafia, you guys out there, if anyone's watching this now that, you know, that doesn't know, maybe you're watching us over on Twitch, maybe you're watching us over on X, and maybe you're watching us on YouTube for the first time. If you are, have a look at the banner down below, right? Create a Mafia character. It costs you 2,000 Mafia. 2,000 Mafia on BNB, if you want to do it over there, is 50 cents on the American dollar, right? 50 cents. And if you want to do it on Pulse Chain, it's again 2,000 Mafia tokens, and that is $1.50, right? So literally, you can, if you really think about it, because by doing in-game tasks, you rank up your character. By ranking up your character, doing this in-game task, you're earning this in-game cash, which you can convert then to real crypto on the way out, right? So for the cost of creating a character for $150, you literally could spend $1.50 plus your gas, go into the game, play the game yourself, rank up your character. Yes, it takes time, you know, all that good stuff. Rank up your character, do all the good things, and start earning and earning and earning. And as long as you don't die in the game and you keep ranking up, you can literally get to the stage where you're getting paid thousands of dollars every week. All for the investment of $1.50 or 50 cents over on BNB, right? That's absolute magic, you know. And then we have other people, the other side, who are like, okay, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to buy as many things off the marketplace as possible. I'm going to open as many, you know, as many crates as possible so I can build up my inventory, get all my guns and my armor and my bodyguards and all of this stuff. And, you know, so when the game launches, I'm ready, I'm set, you know, Commando Joe sort of thing. I'm ready. You have that side as well. But then again, yeah, you have people who literally just set up a character and just say, okay, I'll wait for the game to go. I will, you know, and I'll just walk around and rob hot dog vendors all day, steal cars and get them crushed for bullets and then sell the bullets. You know, there's going to be a lot, like I always say, and I stand true to this. This game has the potential to make people so much money. I think people will end up playing this game like a full-time job. I really do. The amount of money that can be made is crazy. If you haven't seen the moon math video that I did about 10 days ago, if you're watching on YouTube, go and have a look at the video section. You will see moon math is one of the most recent ones. I think it's like the second or third most recent that I've done. Have a look over there. The amount of money that can be made in this game, it's really, really, really quite impressive, actually. It's actually really quite impressive. Right now, I will have a look at the vault. I won't bother sharing the screen with you guys. But, so the Pulse Mafia vault right now stands at 6 billion Pulse. Wow, 6 billion Pulse. And I think, as of today, 6 billion Pulse is about $385,000, right? Now, If you guys remember, when I spoke to, when we had, I think it was the first Dons meeting that we had, and we were doing speculation on how big the vault would be by the time game launches. GIF was the one that said between 15 to 20 billion dollars. His estimation was by the time game launches, the vault will be at between 15 and 20 billion pulse. 15, 20 billion pulse. Last night when we were on the VC on Telegram, he brought that up and he stands by it. He stands by it, and I think he's absolutely bang on. I think, you know, if it takes another 2 months to get everything up and running, maybe even a bit, even if it takes longer, it doesn't matter. I think when the map comes out and all the land tiles are being flung around and bought and negotiated on, the vault is going to go through the roof because of that. Not only that, that gives us a really long bit of leeway, you know, because if you think about it, now think about this seriously. When Mafia first launched, like when we launched the first phase and you could start families, I think when we got to that stage, create a character, do your families, do your map, do your opening your crates, then the marketplace, then the exchange. All of those stages happened really in a really short period of time. I think it was like there was something like one new stage passed. Like it was almost every 10 days. Or let's just say every 10 days, 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we got another one, and then the map stage came around. And the map stage has taken a while because this is the world that Mafia is going to be in. Right? It's a huge, huge undertaking. And after that, we know the other stages. You know, the ranking up, the kill simulator. They're relatively small sections of the game, so map is by far the biggest part, and therefore it takes the longest. But once it's out, then we could almost say we're on the home stretch, really, right? But yeah, during that time, vault continues to rise. During that time, we all want pulse to continue to rise too, right? We want pulse to rise because pulse rises, the vault amount. The vault amount in dollars goes up. You know, even as it stands right now, let's just say Pulse did a 10x. As it stands right now, right? That means that we effectively got $3.8 million in that vault. Right? That's on a 10x on Pulse. Imagine if Pulse does 100x this cycle. I mean, 100x should be quite simple, really, for Pulse. But let's just wait and see, right? You know, I'm not the charts guy. I don't do the TAA and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, a 10x on Pulse is more than reasonable. I think, you know, I think it's a walk in the park actually compared to the price right now. So let's just wait and see. So, you know, if it was the thing that the vault did get to is 20 billion by the time that launches, that already puts us at about 1.3 million. And then let's say the Pulse did do a 10x. Guess what? That's $13 million in the vault. And remember, the vault pays out 10% of its value every single week to the top 5 families. Imagine top 5 families splitting $1.3 million. So at some point this cycle, every week, you see what I mean? You need to be looking at Mafia as a serious Web3 protocol. Yes, it's a game, but it's not just a game, right? It's a DEX wrapped up in the game. The NFT marketplace that's on Mafia is the most successful NFT marketplace that's been on Pulse Chain, and it's an internal thing. Right? It just shows you the scope of this, right? The game is set up to last cycles and cycles and cycles. This isn't a flash in the pan type thing. This is something that people are going to spend a lot of time building on. They're going to rank up their character very carefully, you know, because they don't want to die. Remember, you got one life. You know, anyone that's new that's watching this, please do me a favor, like and subscribe, right? I know I tend to get a bit heated sometimes, but it's because I'm really passionate about this. I really think that our little corner of crypto, which is Pulse Chain, needs such innovative tech to get eyeballs over here, right? And in our little corner of crypto, which is Pulse Chain, I honestly, hand on my heart, I do not see a dev team who are as I don't want to say dedicated. Dedicate's the wrong word, because everyone's dedicated, aren't they? And I know a lot of you guys out there. I speak to a lot of you guys all the time, and you're great at what you're doing, and you're bringing a lot of really cool stuff and a lot of really cool tech. But I mean, if we just think of the sheer amount of protocols that dev teams are bringing out, right? Jacob is on fire. Nearly every single one of the things he brings out are first to the market, you know, out of the box thinking, first, you know, world's truly decentralized crypto casino, 2 chains, boom. Mafia, probably realistically, you know, the next Axie Infinity. If you think about it, Jacob wants this to be the next Axie Infinity, and he's building it already. He's building it to be something absolutely gargantuan, right? This is huge. This game is absolutely huge. I'm touting it really as, you know, probably one of this cycle's biggest play and earn games. It's a total metaverse of Mafia players. It's massive. So we have that. Right, then we have POC Algo. So we have a true algorithmic stablecoin, which realistically fixes all the problems that Luna had, right? Remember, Luna did 1.6 million% from low to top. That's 160,000x. 160,000x, right? And that's POSD Algo, right? POSD Algo. If anyone wants to have a look, if you're watching on X, look at the pin post on my profile, please, right? Because that'll bring you over there. Look at all the documents and see what's going on, right? If you are watching this on YouTube, there's a link down in the description. Go over there and have a look. If you're watching this on Twitch, head over to pulsechainusd.io and have a look, right? Just have a look. There's some really big things happening, right? You know, the fact that Jacob wants to launch this on other blockchains too, and that he wants, you know, to the CCIP, he wants players on players and families on Pulse Chain. He wants them to be able to play directly, boom, 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 pew, 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 directly against players on another blockchain, on BNB or on Base, for example, right? Imagine that. Imagine an entire family on one chain can go raid another family on another chain, take all this stuff and come back with it. That's true. That's like total chain agnostic, right? You just literally just play any chain you want, right? The same with the casino projects. It's going to happen with the casino projects too. On-chain.bet is coming. All the casinos under one roof. Again, you can play on multiple chains, right? Imagine if you're playing on Jackpot. This is an example that Jacob actually spoke to me about. I mean, it makes total sense, and I didn't actually think about it really until he said it. Imagine you're playing Jackpot on PulseSpot, and there's 8 of you in one round, and you're all betting in different currencies, and you notice that all the different players are all from different blockchains. Imagine how big the jackpots can get. It's truly mind-blowing, right? Truly mind-blowing. Jump more into the chat here again. Who have we got? Matt says more rivers the better. Yeah, exactly. Hug tree before it leaves. Okay, thank you very much for that, J Crypto. And hey, Bob Tildehunt says could be the biggest thing on Pulse Chain. Going to be exciting in 2025. It really is, because we have a lot of things happening in 2025 for us, right? But first, let's just get this map update out of the way. Out of the way. Really. Yeah, so there's that. I can tell you that I have a video coming out on Pulse Predict, because, like I say, I streamed the fight night the other night. I'm doing like a post-fight video where I'll talk about who won, how much they won, all that sort of stuff. That'll be dropping. I'll try and get it done. I'll try and drop it tomorrow afternoon, actually. It's pretty much ready. I need to do an introduction to it, and I need to do the last bit of editing. But yeah, so that'll be dropping tomorrow afternoon. I have a video on the casino projects that is going to be dropping as well. Again, just last editing done on that. I have 2 streams actually set up this week with talking to people. Actually, I've just realized I haven't heard back from one of them. I was expecting it to be happening today, so I'll chase that. Also, I reached out to a couple of pretty important people today, and we're in comms. So there might be some really cool stuff coming. Shh. It's exciting times. What's happening over here? Really exciting times. I'm actually really happy with the way things are going. Map update is coming, and that's when a lot of the people that I've been talking to have been saying, okay, when the map comes out and we can actually see what the game looks like, then yes, we're in. Let's go. So let's see what's let's see what's going to happen. We have we got. Hey, we got Fast Abdul in the house. How you doing, Abdul? Yes, you are right, mate. You are very important. You are very important. Yeah, so map update is coming. Abdul, why haven't you opened a family on Mafia yet? Why haven't we spoke about that? I think it might be a need, and this might be on a need basis, right? Because Mafia is coming right now. There's 6 billion pulse in the vault, $385,000, right? By the time full game launches, we're kind of anticipating, speculating that'll get to about 15 to 20 billion. And wow, the price of pulse right now, price of pulse is rising and rising and rising. So we're kind of, it's exciting times, right? Map update is coming soon. That's kind of the most important feature for all of us. Yeah, I'll hit you up in DMs and we can have a chat about it. See what the story is there. I am aware that Hex Token Superman is also streaming on his channel. He streamed quite early today. So I would suggest you guys jump over there after this and catch the end of it, I guess. That's to be honest, that's kind of it. It's a bit of a short and sweet one actually, because a lot of the stuff I spoke about yesterday, and as I said, I'm going to start doing this at a time more friendly to me and the European peeps for a while. At least we can just check the analytics and see what the story is, right? You know, check all those analytics, see what's happening, and see if it really works out. I know there's Crypto7, Chris. He streams around 1 o'clock his time, afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon his time, and he always has a bunch of people. I know Coach X, he streams like 6:30 in the morning for him, American time, which is about 3:30 or 2, you know, between 2 and 3:30 England European time, and he always has a bunch of people too. So maybe that's the thing. So we'll just have to give that a go, really. If there are any questions, listen, hit me up in the DMs, right? I actually, when I did the fight night stream the other night, it went on for 5.5 hours. There was quite a few people watching actually on X. And bunches of people started writing me. Literally, I think I woke up the next morning, I had like 8 or 9 DMs from people I'd never spoken to before, all asking about Predict and can you show this fight? Can you show horse racing? Can you do this? Can you do that? So we know that it works. We know that it works. Right? We just need more and more of it. What did Abdul say down here? He said, it is time for a Mafia farm on 2Fucks. That is something that I spoke to you about before, and I mentioned it to Jacob, and we went back and forward for a while. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't follow up on it because I think at the time we were doing, I think March Madness was on. I think it was back then, right? I think there was quite a bit going on, and I never touched on it. And so I don't know. Have you spoken to Jacob directly about this, Abdul? If you have, let me know what he says. If you haven't, then I will, right? I will. Yeah, guys, that's kind of it. And underneath that, who have we got? Oh, Hexo, can you finish early? Oh, dude, I'm just telling everyone, I'm wrapping up early to get everyone over to you, because I noticed literally I was just about to go live, and I looked on your channel. And I thought, oh, he's going live at the same time as me. So, yeah, so that's that. But I was saying, in case you missed it, Superman, I was saying map update is really coming. Like, really, I want to say in the next couple of weeks. That's just my time. Don't hold me to it, you know. But it's going to be around that sort of time. And during that week, I've got a lot of streams set up already. I've got people kind of on, you know, on alarm bells, short notice, saying when we know the map update is coming, that particular week, it's going to be full up with streams. There's going to be some people and families joining that have never, never spoke to anyone about Mafi before, haven't been in any of the telegrams yet, because they're all waiting to see what's happening with the map. We've got some families on the sidelines that unless you want to have a look at it as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening over there. I want to do another commission. It would even be good to do the commission and the heads, the dons and the heads, the commission meeting on the night that we actually launch. I think that'd be pretty cool. So we can get all the heads together and discuss that there. Outside of that, like, let's put our heads together, Superman, and see what we can do. I reached out to Rackham and his team as well. We're in comms to sort of chat about what's happening over here. There'll probably be a stream or two coming around that as well. And yeah, that's kind of it, really. That's kind of it. So if there's anything else, reach out. If you want to get in touch with me over on X, it is KvltDeFi. If you want to get in touch with me on YouTube, I mean, it's KvltDeFi. And if you want to get in touch with me on Telegram, it's KvltDeFi. It's very, very easy. KvltDeFi. There's no such thing as a bad question. No such thing as a silly question. I will answer whatever I can. If there's something that I can't answer, I will endeavor to find an answer for you. And that is how it goes. Boys and girls, 40 minutes in. Hey, see, that's what happens when we don't have to worry too much about going in and sharing screens and everything, because you guys kind of already know. I want to see, is there anything else that I have forgotten? There is not. I have 2 pages of notes here, but I think we got through it all. Yeah, we got through the Oracle. Hey, pray for the Oracle, okay? Go over to the Signum Telegram and keep your eyes peeled and your ears open for any updates that are coming along, right? Because when that launches, then we can start to really make plans. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Thanks very much. If you like what we do here and you like to keep the wheels turning, consider donating to the channel. You can do that quite simply by visiting the banner down below. It is KvltDeFi.pls.fyi, which is a post domain. If you don't have your post domain already, go get one. Go get one. What fantastic marketing it is. Instead of giving someone a really long address, you can literally just give them your username. You can do that, or if you don't want to mess around with the post domain, you can find a donation address in the description down below. That's kind of it, really. Guys, thanks very much. I appreciate you all being here, and I will catch you in the next cartoon, I suppose.
Giffordware, it's an honor.
Got an anonymous tip, boss.
This is it. We stage the heist tonight.
And keep an eye on Kool-Aid. He's been known to water the plants.
Let's keep the plants out of this and focus on the job.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.